Hey, what's going on guys? It's me, Aiden, from Cartoon Apocalypse, and today, oh boy, we got a lot of new info to just digest, because two new promos, that's a big misconception. There was actually two new promos that was released today. They aired after some Star vs. episodes from Season 3, so we have two whole new promos to analyze. Now, it's not like there's two new promos with a bunch of new clips. There's two promos that reuse a lot of the same clips, but there are a couple different clips in each promo. So I'll be going through all of the new clips and things that we see today, and this video is probably going to be super long. But before we get into that, if you enjoy this news content, then go ahead and subscribe, because I will update you guys on all of the news that we see for Star Vs, as well as theories and things like that. Because, I mean, sure, I can talk about what I think very briefly in this video, but I'll probably go in depth on some other topics revolving around the clips that we see in this promo. So stay tuned for those. But the way that this is going to work is I'm going to go through each promo. I'm going to start with the first one, and they're not really in any particular order as far as the first and second promo. I just labeled one first and one second. So I'm going to be going through the first one and then the second one. And I will be going through these clips in chronological order from when they are shown in the promo itself. And if we've seen a particular clip either in a San Diego Comic-Con clip or in a previous promo, then I will not show it. I'm only showing new content so that this video can be as short as possible. Also, to avoid getting copyright claimed, I'm not going to be actually playing the promos. I will leave the links to the promos down in the description. Disney Channel actually released a high quality version of one of the promos, and then the other one will just be an upload that I uploaded of a full screen version. So yeah, go check those out first before watching this. So the first clip that we see is adult Marco, and he's actually with Nachos. There's a big chain on what looks to be a hook and Nachos, so we can assume that Marco actually just broke Nachos out of a chain. And we can see some ice spikes and things on Nachos, so we can assume that they're in like a little ice area. And we can see Star hopping on Marco's back, and Star has the face of just, she's happy and excited. And we do know that she likes the adult Marco. She thinks he looks pretty nice, so she's drawn to him, and we'll see that later in this promo. So the next new clip we see is Ludo putting on his helmet. So this is implying that Ludo is coming back, and we saw in Season 3 that Ludo was coming back, but we never saw him again after that point. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now, and we will see Ludo some more in this promo. Now the next clip we see is River eating a chicken wing or some kind of meat on a stick, and we can see in the back it says Pie Carnival. So my guess is this is going to be from either Escape from the Pie Folk or Butterfly Follies. So that's probably what we'll be seeing there. Now the next clip that we see is Eclipsa doing some sort of magic spell with roses. Now I did take a look in the magic book of spells, and I couldn't see anything from Eclipsa's chapter that could be this. Now this could be one of those spells, but it didn't have any description with flowers, so I don't know what the spell could be. Now the background of this looks very temple-ish. It looks like some sort of monster ruin, and we don't know, this could be an attempt from her trying to free Globgor, or maybe not. I don't really know. Her expression is pretty happy, so I would be surprised if it was her trying to free Globgor, but maybe she is happy to try to free Globgor. But my guess is she's probably frustrated, because my guess is she has not been able to get Globgor out. So her being this happy, she's probably not freeing Globgor, and I don't remember the background looking like this, so that's probably less likely. Now the next clip is Moon and Star on the back of a Warnicorn. Now Star looks like she's ready to go into action, while Moon looks terrified like she does. And one important thing to note here is that they are just voluntarily throwing Moon out here. Like, yeah, she finds Moon, and it's not that big of a surprise. So that means that Moon's disappearance was not as big of a plot point as we thought before. Now we know that Moon was revealed in the Japan promo, but we thought, you know, the Japan promos are often very spoilery, so maybe that was just an exception. But now it's pretty obvious that they're going to find Moon in like the first or second episode, and it's just, I thought that it was going to be a bigger plot point, but I guess not, so we'll have to see how that ends up. Now the next new clip is Marco saying monkey, and then it cuts to full Duke's monkey just kind of yelling. And then the next new clip is Rhombulus, and his hands are together and then they come apart, and we see some sort of venom or something coming from his snake hand's fangs. So my guess on this is that Rhombulus is here and he doesn't want to free Globgor, and Star's trying to get him to free Globgor, and for some reason it has something to do with his hands. So to prevent Star from like forcing him to unfreeze Globgor, he puts his hands together, and just so he's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. But Star's actually using her magic to pry apart his hands, and the reason why I think this is because Rhombulus's eye looks like it's struggling at the very beginning, and then at the end he looks very surprised that Star was able to unpry his hands. Now I don't exactly know why there's venom, but I'm sure that will be explained in the actual episode. Now the next new clip is Star using her rocket powers. It's not actually rocket powers, but she's blasting at the ground and using that to just propel herself up, which is really cool. Now the next little clip is Moon looking surprised, and we can tell from the background that she's most likely in the grandma room because we can see Eclipsa's painting, or maybe not, maybe this is just a whole other room with Eclipsa's painting hanging up. But she's looking surprised, like she's either remembering something or she's seeing something. Now, there's a possibility that this is when she's remembering from that episode Moon Remembers, so that's a possibility, or maybe not, I don't exactly know. And the next clip is Marco fighting some people who look to be chefs. Now, my guess is this is from Escape from the Pie Folk, when Marco and Star are trying to find Moon. So that's my guess on that. So the next clip is Star and Ponyhead, and Ponyhead looks to be all dressed up, and my guess is that this is from the episode of the Ponyhead Show, and pretty much Star is blasting a cupcake into Ponyhead's mouth. And in the background we can see a set of some kind of show, so again supporting my idea that this is the Ponyhead Show episode. Now this next clip is very interesting because it's a Blood Moon Ball clip. Anyone who's seen the Blood Moon original episode would notice that. However, this is actually a new clip. This is not a reused clip. So my idea for this is one, this is either a flashback, or two, this is actually a reenactment, and this is just an attempt to do something with the curse. I'll probably make a whole separate video on it because with this clip, it's interesting. So I don't exactly know what this means, but the clip is very similar to the original clip, but it's just a different background and a different angle. So it's hard to tell what's going on. Now the next clip is of Ludo, and it pans out to see that he is on his eagle again, so yay for Ludo and eagle, I guess, I don't know. But Ludo looks intimidating, he has his old staff back, and he's just ready for action. So there's a possibility that Ludo might be the next main villain, but I kind of doubt it, but we'll see how it goes. And then we see some sort of demon or monster just kind of screaming. That's pretty much all we know from that. And then the next thing is Star just talking with Tom, and then she gets really kind of angry, or she starts yelling. My guess is that since they're most likely on the Lava Lake beach, she's probably yelling at some birds or something to get out of the way. I don't exactly know though, but Tom looks pretty surprised at that. And then the next clip is of Ludo flying through space, or at least that's what it looks like. But the interesting thing here is that this is actually Ludo when he's dressed up as a clown, like in the episode The Bon Bon Clown. Now I did take a look back at that episode, and we didn't see this clip, or at least from what I saw, we didn't see this clip in that episode. So this is most likely a flashback to that episode, as Ludo's probably monologuing, being like, hey, yeah, I didn't like this when you did that, or something. I don't exactly know, but it's interesting to see. Now the next clip is Baby Meteora biting Marco's hand, and Marco has a spoon, so he's probably trying to feed Meteora, and so he yells, and then Star opens the door and is like, Eclipsa, because she thinks that Eclipsa's in trouble, and then Marco says, Star, help me, and then Star says that she's busy and slams the door again. So that's interesting to see. I don't exactly know when this episode will take place. It might be the episode Ransomgram, but I don't know for sure. But this episode is definitely going to be an interesting one. Now the next clip is going back to that shot of Ludo and Eagle, and this is just another intimidating one where Ludo's talking. Again, just him probably meeting up, trying to talk with Star or somebody like that. Now the next clip is Marco running with some ghosts or ghouls behind him, and he's charging at what looks to be a new character wielding a battle axe. And we can see that this is the same icy environment and it is adult Marco, so we can assume that the very first clip is related to this. And we see a lot of these clips where it's like this type of area, so I do have an idea on that, so I'll explain that in a little bit. But it is interesting to see this new environment, and this whole episode really is just going to be an interesting one because it's Star and Marco going out on a cool adventure. Now the next clip is Kelly and Marco, and Marco's just like inside of Kelly's hair and it looks really weird, but we can see that they're fighting some people, and I guarantee you this is from the episode Kelly's World, because we can also see some other hair creatures or people. I don't exactly know, but there's that. So they're fighting there. So we can see that Kelly's just punching two of them while Marco's doing some dance, and then we see some text in the background, and my immediate thought is that that's like a whole nother language, but I don't know for sure. It could just be some cool text, or maybe we'll learn how to decode some of the languages in the Magic Book of Spells, which would be awesome. Now the next clip is some sort of sphere, but when the sphere kind of dissolves, we can see that there's Star and Tom. And Tom looks to be wearing the same outfit that he was wearing that we saw in the earlier clip, and same with Star's outfit, it looks to be the same. So I'm wondering, my guess is that that's going to be one of the 3 episodes that looks to be revolving a beach of some kind. So I don't exactly know which one. It could be Lake House Fever, but it will be interesting to see how this goes, because it looks like they're fighting or they're damaged or something. So my guess is that Star had to cast this spell to protect them from something, so that's going to be interesting to see. Now the next clip is Star transforming into her butterfly form, but what's interesting is that she's actually wearing a dress that I don't really think we've seen before, so that's cool to see a new dress, and it's also cool to see that she will be using her butterfly form again. Now the next clip is a really interesting clip because it's something that we don't have any context for. We don't know anything about it, but I feel like it's going to have some really deep meaning that really plays into the lore. So it's basically a narwhal blasting at what looks to be some sort of butterfly, or I really can't tell you what it is because I don't know. It could be Eclipsa or something, but it's basically blasting at it, and that's about all we see. And again, I don't know what it's going to be. We don't really have any context for it, but this feels like something that will play really big into the lore, and it just feels like something that will have an importance later on in the show. Now the next clip we can see is the Magic High Commission kind of just lobby, I think it is, or maybe it's not because it's the security. Anyway, there's a lobby, and we can see Eclipsa and Star, and we can see Sean just kind of dropping in, so Eclipsa is likely going to have to go through the same things that Glossric went through, so that's going to be funny to see. Now the next clip is Star looking at some sort of monster and what looks to be the Battle Axe girl from earlier. Now they're actually getting what looks to be electrocuted or something. They're using some sort of like electric powers. So my guess is this area that they're in is some sort of elemental based area, because we've seen lightning, we've seen ice, and later we will see fire. So that's just a common theme, I think, is elemental stuff. So maybe we'll see some sort of elemental thing. Now the next clip is Eclipsa doing some sort of magic, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is her trying to free Glomgor, because we can see that she is determined and she's not like super happy like earlier. She is looking to do some damage, so she's either fighting someone or trying to free Glomgor. And we can also see in the background there are some spikes of some sort of, so like crystals or something. Now the next clip is of adult Marco, and this is in Star's vision of like, oh, he looks super nice, and it looks like this is when they're first going in, because we can see the portal that leads to Muni, so my guess is that they've just arrived to this new location. And then it cuts to Star actually, blushing, like, so we see in her vision and we see what she looks like when she's in her vision, so it's just kind of a flip-flop there. And then we can also see a portal behind her as well. And then we can see some Fire Beast and adult Marco standing there, so in the same location as before. Now we don't see another character riding the Fire Beast, it just looks like the beast, so that again supporting my elemental type of thing. So this episode might be Ransomgram or something else, I don't exactly know, possibly yada yada berries. And then the next clip is kind of just a continuation off of the last one, and it's Star standing between the Fire Beast and Marco, so we will see something interesting there. And then we can see Star talking with her hand out like she's about to do some magic, and we can see in the background it looks like a painted Muni, so this could be on the stage of when we saw that San Diego Comic-Con clip, so that could be what this is. Now the next clip isn't necessarily new, but it is some new dialogue, and it's Star saying "give me my mom," and that audio is overlaid over the past couple clips, but it's mainly for this clip when Star's angry at all of the pie folk, so that's interesting to see. And then the next clip is Star and Marco eating cereal, and at what looks to be like a candlelit dinner scene, but they're eating cereal, so it makes me believe that this is some sort of casual thing. And then after the Disney Channel ad of saying like this episode's coming March 10th, we see another one, and they're just really laxed, and they're just relaxing, so I don't actually think it's like a date. It could technically be a date, but it's just a very laxed thing that I think is not really going to be such a big deal, like everybody's pointing out. We'll have to see when we see more, but it'll be interesting to see regardless. Now one thing that I do want to note is that Star's outfit is a new outfit. We've never seen this outfit before, except we have seen that outfit a little bit in this promo. Most notably when we saw her with Tom, and then like one other time in the next promo. So it is interesting to see either she's gotten a whole new outfit that she'll wear throughout the season, or this is a one-time episode just kind of dress. So we'll have to see how that goes, but this could be a way to pinpoint what episode this is. So this might be Lake House Fever. So now we're going to move on to the second promo, so again, go check out the link down below if you haven't, but let's move on to the next promo. And again, I will only be showing new clips, not clips that we previously saw in the past promo or just like anywhere else that we've seen it before. So we start out with Star and Marco back at Marco's house, so that's exciting for me because I did want to see them go back to Earth. So we see them just chilling on the couch about to eat some pancakes, watching some TV, and we can see Marco say that today is going to be perfect. And then we can see their eyes move over as somebody's about to say something, but it gets cut off. So it makes me believe that this day is not going to be perfect. And we can see that Star's dress is the same one from the last promo that I just got done talking about. So this could all be related in the same episode, or maybe not, I don't exactly know. And then the narrator says that Star's coming to Disney Channel, and then it cuts back to them. And Star's saying, "Ooh boy," and then it says for the final season, and then it's like, so they're trying to focus on that this is the last season, and I don't know why they're trying to do that. They should be getting us excited that a new season is coming, not that the season's coming to an end. So I don't know why they're doing that. That to me does not make a smart marketing choice, but I don't know. We'll see. So the next new clip is of some of Ludo's old monsters, and it's super exciting because, hey, Ludo's probably getting the band back together. Now, my guess is that the bear and the giraffe are actually talking, like, I think that they're saying, "Oh, I'm ready," but I don't know because the audio is kind of weird. But my guess is that Ludo's getting the band back together, and the background kind of looks like some ruins, so this could possibly be Ludo's old castle that got destroyed in Season 1. So that would be interesting to see that they're going back to the castle, trying to rebuild it, trying to be those evil villains that they were. Now the next clip is River with some sort of dinosaur monsters that are spitting out some sort of purple goop. And we can see him running, and then some more monsters following him, and Moon in the background. If I had to guess, my guess would be that this episode is down by the river, but I'm not entirely sure. Right now, my guess for this episode is that River and Moon are just kind of trying to relax, so that would explain why Moon is in some very casual clothing. So I think that they went down to a river to just like be on a vacation, but River, of course being River, doesn't really do that, so Moon looks annoyed in this clip, and so maybe that's why. So that's my guess for that episode. Now the next clip is Janna and a bunch of Marcos, or should I say Okroms, which is Marco backwards. These Marcos are actually saying, "I am Okrom," which is Marco backwards. So Janna looks to have created a bunch of different Marcos. So for those of you who are confused about this image or clip, let me go ahead and talk about it. My guess is that this is actually in Quest Buy, hence all of the empty shelves. And Janna appears to be wearing a Quest Buy outfit, so she works at Quest Buy now. So that's my guess, and my guess is that she made a duplicator, or she found a duplicator, I should say, that just duplicated Marco into Okram, so that's going to be interesting to see. Now the next clip is pretty interesting because it's very short, but it could mean a lot of things. It looks to be Star, and her face reminds me of somebody who just ate like a warhead, and she's just dying on the inside but trying to contain herself. But it could also be that she's about to cry. Now we don't exactly know, but that's just a guess. And the background just looks like some storage, like closet or something. So this could actually be her closet of secrets, because it does look like there's hair, and that could be the hair from Marco from that one episode in season 1, I think it was. So it could be that, or maybe not. I don't know. Again, this clip is very short, so there's not very much info we can gain from it, but that's just my initial thought. And the next clip was of Star looking really surprised and happy, and that's pretty much all it is. We can't really tell anything else from it. And then the very last clip that I'm going to be going through today is of Marco saying, "It's already over. I didn't even get to share my dad's recipe of something." So pretty much this is on the Ponyhead show. My guess is that the Ponyhead show is some sort of cooking show, and Marco and Kelly teamed up to compete in this show. Now the words in the background actually look to say "with Earth Turd," so that's going to be interesting, I guess. Just seeing that kind of dynamic again, it's just going to be a fun, lighthearted episode, I think. But it is interesting to see that Marco and Kelly were placed on a team, whether that was voluntary or chosen, I don't exactly know. But we can see Marco putting out this giant plate of really nice looking food. But now we have kind of some info on the Ponyhead show, just as far as it being a cooking show, and there's going to be contestants and stuff like that. So that's interesting to see. It's not anything super big, but it is interesting to see, I guess. So that is it for the promos, believe it or not. Yes, it only took a long time. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, because editing this is going to be a huge pain, and all of your support is appreciated. So expect a lot of theory videos just about the general stuff. So I'll probably make one about the elemental place, and then just a Blood Moon Curse episode. So expect those videos in the coming future. But yeah, if you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe for more. But that's gonna be it for me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.